participants, I am Jyoti Singh. In this module, we will be discussing e-resources for English language learning. Let us see how this module is organized. This module begins with an introduction to the importance of integrating technology in the classroom and e-resources, with a view to enhancing English language competence of learners. The subtopics discuss the resources and navigate you to hyperlinked information as additional knowledge. Key information and tasks are also interspersed across this module. In the end, a summary is followed by a task for assessment. The annexure provides you the links to help you complete the task and provide additional resources. This module aims at raising awareness about ways to integrate ICT skills in classroom teaching, aiding professional development of educators, discovering resources to support teaching in the ESL classroom, knowing how to locate, evaluate, and select online relevant resources to be used to support the teaching learning process, and also to adapt, utilize OERs, which are open educational resources, and integrate them in the classroom activities. You will also learn how to use student-centered techniques and materials and create a comfortable learning environment, encourage collaboration, and give students more responsibility over their learning. In traditional teaching, the teacher, a human library, and the text were all in all resource in the class, and libraries were the sanctuaries frequented by scholars in pursuit of knowledge. In the current time, technology, especially educational technology, is sharing this role of a guide and mentor. Integration of technology in the classroom has transformed teaching by ushering in a new model of connected teaching. It has infused classrooms with digital learning tools and resources that increase student engagement, motivation, promote autonomy, give the learners ownership of their work, and accelerate learning. This module links teachers to their students and to professional content, resources, and systems to help them improve their own instruction and personalize learning. Distance learning programs can enable language educators to expand language learning opportunities to all students, regardless of where they live, the human and material resources available to them, or their language background and needs. In sum, technology continues to grow in importance as a tool to assist teachers of foreign languages in facilitating and mediating language learning for the students. Due to a proliferation of handheld devices such as mobile phones, digital cameras, tablets, MP3 players, voice recorders, more and more learners have access to them. The teachers are beginning to experiment with these, and a revolution in mobile learning is happening, both inside and outside the classroom teaching. Teachers can use embedded software technologies to enhance teaching learning experience, such as classroom blog, PPT, online video streaming, podcasting, smart board, interactive whiteboard, and mobile apps, etc. Offline resources, tech tools for accessing e-resources, devices such as personal computer, laptop, tablet, mobile phone, reading pens, hardware, pen drive, software are being used. One has the liberty to choose from vast tech tools resources such as blogs, wiki, email, digital libraries, multimedia, mobile learning, free and open sources, software, social media, MOOCs, virtual classrooms, digital storytelling, iPods, digital notebooks, tablets, computers, smartphones, recorded audiovisual material, online spoken tutorials, digital pronouncing dictionaries, calculators, whiteboards, projectors, digital cameras, etc. Technology is so much a part of our teaching life these days. Sometimes we feel, will technology replace teachers? We all have this fear. George Couros rightly says, technology will never replace great teachers, but technology in the hands of a great teacher can be transformational. Technology cannot bring in the human touch and association that a teacher can, so there is nothing to fear as such. The tremendous amount of content now available online makes the role of the instructor even more important. While students have access to a wide range of language materials on their own, they still want supervision and support in determining which materials are appropriate for them. Teaching requires a moderator, a facilitator, skill set that encompasses a combination of knowledge sets. The TPACK model outlines these areas of knowledge. Have a look at the TPACK model that talks about the importance of learning to use technology. Expert teachers now are those who can bring together knowledge of subject matter, what is good for learning, and technology. The combination is described as technological pedagogical content knowledge. Of late, there is a lot of stress being laid on integration of educational technology in the classroom. Using technology for technology's sake is not integrating technology in teaching. Is there a danger of teachers being trapped in the Everest syndrome? What is Everest syndrome? The term Everest syndrome is coined in reference to George Mallory. When asked why he wanted to climb Mount Everest, he replied, "Because it's there." Therefore, one needs to be careful to make use of technology that is available to us. It should be used only if it serves the language aims of the lesson. One should be cautious of prioritizing technology over language learning. One must see whether a particular resource or technological tool adds value or supplement the teaching learning process and help achieve the learning objectives. Ask yourself, can I do the task better than without using technology? Is teaching learning experience process enhanced by using this technological tool or resource? Is it appropriate for my learners? Is it promoting the best use of teachers' learners' time? You'll get the answer. Before we begin to explore various technological resources that facilitate the teaching learning process, let us find the ways and means to gear ourselves up to be able to use these resources effectively. To use various online resources in teaching learning process, one not only needs resources but also the competence to use these resources. Many of us shy away from using technology in the classroom because we are not equipped with the technological skills as such. One must not lose heart. There is always a way. We have the online tutorials for everything that we need to know. Therefore, we only need to transform ourselves for a while to modern Ekalavya's. Learning to use technology is like learning to cycle. One has to attempt it a number of times to perfect it. Tutorials are available on internet that can help one become tech savvy. Begin with trying tutorials on basic computing skills. There are websites and video tutorials available online to teach not only the usage of devices, hardware, software, but also provide plenty of new ideas as to how to incorporate these in the teaching learning process. thesaurus, phonemic charts, films, audios, online libraries, and dictionaries, among other things, are all available for immediate assistance. Technology allows students to connect with one another synchronously or asynchronously. When we examine technology usage trends, we observe that internet has a diverse set of applications and has established itself as an important ICT tool. As an educator, incorporating this resource can successfully improve student motivation, engage learners, foster learner autonomy, and provide a variety of virtual activities. One can access internet or World Wide Web through various search engines such as Google, DuckDuckGo, Twolingual, Kiddle, Kiddy, or meta search engines. So what are meta search engines? Such as Ask Jeeves, Savvy Search, LX Quick, Metager, Metacrawler, Yabado, Dogpile, Zoo. A meta search engine is a search engine that sends queries to several search engines and aggregates the results into one master list. This helps save a lot of time spent in surfing the internet. Try this. Another important resource is a language lab, a dedicated space where students are exposed to audio or audio-visual materials, which is delivered to individual students through headsets or in isolated sound booths. Another resource is LMS. LMS is a learning management system. It's a platform where online courses are built and run by individual teachers, schools, or institutions. For example, Moodle, Schoology, Sakai, Canvas, Google Classroom is there. LMS allows teachers to host online content for specific classes or students. These systems provide teachers an online space where they can collect and store content for students. This can give the class a more organized structure, as students can have content delivered to them as opposed to students needing to search the internet for materials. LMS also has the added benefit of providing the class with discussion boards and wikis, which are collaboratively built websites, and glossaries where students can further develop their language skills through targeted language practice. When using an LMS in the classroom, it is best to consider the structural support for the class. It provides the teacher and the students a central meeting place to read materials, check homework, assignments, and organize the course. Most LMSs are organized by weeks, with each week hosting the material that will be covered in the class. This reduces the need for paper handouts that students may lose and can help them keep track of when assignments are due. There are ample LMSs free to use for students and teachers. Explore each to discover what each can do and which provides the best fit for your classroom. Free video tutorials for these platforms are available online. There are easy step-by-step guides. MOOCs provide a great opportunity to take up a course of one's choice. These courses present unique opportunities for language learners to access authentic language learning materials regardless of physical location. MOOCs stand for Massive Online Open Courses. Here, the role of the teacher may seem diminished and lack of the social component of the face-to-face classroom is felt. Massive open online courses as such can be a great option for highly motivated, self-directed learners. Examples of platforms that offer MOOCs are Khan Academy, FutureLearn, Coursera, edX, and Canvas. What is the difference between MOOCs and LMSs? One way to think about the two is that MOOCs are something we learn from and LMSs are something we learn with. MOOCs provide content for learning, while an LMS is a place for teachers to host their own content. For video recording and hosting, we have YouTube, where after creating an account, you can post videos that can then be added to websites or course management systems. Videos hosted on YouTube can also be made private so that they are only available to those who have the web link. Camtasia is another resource. It is a professional level screen capture and video editing software. Users can create screen recordings, make edits, and add images or audio. However, it must be purchased. There is another source, that is Open Broadcasting System. OBS is a live streaming and recording software, free and open source. OBS allows you to stream your computer screen directly to websites such as Twitch, YouTube, or Dailymotion, or make a recording that is saved as a movie file. QuickTime is another one. It comes installed on every Mac. It can be used to create audio, video, or screen recordings. Screencast-O-Matic has both a free and paid version. The free version allows for recordings of up to 15 minutes. However, the Screencast-O-Matic logo is added to the video. Another resource is Animoto.com, where you can create videos using photos, video clips, and music. For presentations, we have PowerPoint. PowerPoint is frequent in live classrooms, but can also be used to create video versions of presentations. Make your presentation, add audio, and then export it to a video format for posting online. Very simple. Another one is Prezi. Prezi is an example of what is known as freemium software. It has a free version with limited functionality and another version with more advanced features that requires a subscription. With Prezi, you can create presentations that are less linear than PowerPoint, allowing you to make more story-centric presentations. Strut is a web-based presentation program that is a mix of PowerPoint's linear design and Prezi's animation style. It is a free-to-use online program that is easy to learn for people familiar with PowerPoint. For audio recording, you have various resources. Audacity is one. It is an audio recording and editing software that allows for the creation of recordings that can be added to presentations or movies. It exports recordings into MP3 files, which are compatible with all presentations or video recording software. Ardour is another. Ardour can take time to learn, but comes with a sophisticated set of tools for recording layered tracks such as musical performances. The complexity of Ardour comes from its ability to connect with a range of musical activities. Wavosaur is another resource. It has much of the same functionality as Audacity for making recordings in a variety of formats such as MP3 and WAV files. Its simple user interface is a good place for learning how to record and edit audio files. Now comes the cell phone. It's the most humble resource. Sometimes simple is best, and most cell phones have an audio recording function. It's easy to record directly to your phone and then export it via email, an online storage service, or messaging service. Now the question is, where can we preserve or manage the content that we create? One can create and save content in devices such as a pen drive, hard drive, and platforms such as YouTube, LMSs, websites, blogs, emails, Google Drive, or any other search engine that has a provision of saving content. Another great resource is Open Educational Resources. Open Educational Resources, OERs, are teaching, learning, and research materials in any medium, digital or otherwise, that reside in the public domain. or have been released under an open license that permits no cost access, use, adaptation, and redistribution by others with no or limited restrictions. For example, see teaching materials on unesco.org or orlet.col.org. How do we assess our students? For assessment, there are resources to help create tests, quizzes online and provide feedback. Google Forms and number of other platforms such as Online English Test, Vocabulary Size, Quick Rubric, Ruby Star, Quizlet, Kahoot, Edpuzzle are very helpful. Let us now see the resources available for enhancing the LSRW skills. Technology, when used well, can go a long way in helping learners listen and understand spoken language in real-life situations. It helps in interpreting information from auditory and visual clues and lends wide variety of exposure in form of videos. Audiobooks, podcasts, online radio lesson, activities, exercises, and screen readers, YouTube videos, etc. provide material for honing listening skills. Teaching and testing listening can be done in a more engaging and effective manner and helps promote practice outside classroom as well. Be it teaching listening for inference, detail, or just for information, all are supported very well via tech tools. Learners can be exposed to a wealth of attentive listening material on YouTube, MP3 players, podcasts, etc. The teachers can use a recorder or voice forums such as ManicPod, VoiceThread, Randall's Cyber Listening Lab, Audiobooks.com, British Council apps for listening. Technology can play a key role in developing the speaking skills as well. There are built-in voice recorders in phone which are very helpful in teaching fluency and accuracy. Teachers can use technology such as interactive phonemic charts, voice recording video chats, pronunciation practice apps, BBC English, and encourage speaking practice. For example, learners can create audio files and upload them. This will lead to increased performance as learners will rehearse and record several times till they are satisfied. Language labs or various apps available online can help learners with accuracy in pronunciation, word sentence stress, intonation, and help develop listening skills. Pronunciation dictionaries, interactive phonemic charts, and other tools such as voice recognition software, teleprompters that show the script line by line can be used. Students can be exposed to varieties of English for which the teacher will have to choose the appropriate content. And for reading, which is an important skill and has been rendered more complex in the current times, as for reading, new electronic media such as hyperlinked text, new genre of text such as email, chat, microblogging, where learners need to develop different reading strategies. Under the umbrella term digital literacy, they also ought to know how to read and interpret bar graphs, pie charts, etc. There is Google Translate, Lingro.com, web-based text-to-speech programs, online libraries, TESOL Resource Center, readtheory.org, mobile apps such as Announcify, iBooks, etc. to help learners master this skill. For writing, we need to ask what kind of writing the learners need to do or may do in future. And it should be kept in mind while organizing class activities. Use of blogs can be encouraged for collaborative learning and writing. Collaborative writing can be done on Google Docs. Students can edit for each other. They can prepare e-portfolios, use social media networks such as Facebook, Twitter for writing. However, to write on internet, students need to be made conversant with multimodality of e-text that combines text with images other than multimedia, different digital contexts and designs. To write poetry, the app Poet Assistant is helpful. To promote collaborative writing, learners can produce an online magazine or an e-book on Google Doc or initiate a class blog on wordpress.com or blogger.com. Technology offers a lot of support in grammar teaching and practice. Usually, grammar that is looked at as a dull and drab subject can be presented to the students in a very interesting manner. The web gives access to a wide range of data on grammar that provides inputs on patterns and organization of real language use. Tools such as Grammarly.com, online spell checker and grammar checkers that are there in the word processing software or are available online give feedback. There are varied opportunities for practice online. We all know that to gain command over a language, one needs to enhance one's vocabulary. It is also true that before one makes specific vocabulary words a part of active vocabulary, one needs to be exposed to these words several times via practice and reinforcement to store in the long-term memory. To promote vocabulary learning, learners can be exposed to various resources that encourage them to be more autonomous learners outside the classroom as well. One can use online dictionaries, thesaurus, concordance software, word games, encyclopedias, picture dictionaries, free translators, daily vocabulary subscriptions, concordance, corpora, collocations, websites and apps, academic vocabulary word lists, online vocabulary activities, quizzes, flashcards, mind maps, and so on. This way, when the teacher will present the vocabulary in a memorable and interesting manner, the learner will engage more and retain words. Plenty of resources and opportunities for online professional development are also available. Thousands of teachers can get in touch with each other and share their resources and experiences, and help each other grow as a teacher via professional learning networks such as communities of practice, teacher development groups, Yahoo or Google groups. The best way is to join a listserv, that is an electronic mailing list of special subject. For example, TESOL-L, that stands for Teachers of English as a Second Language listserv, can be found at listserv@cunny.edu. The link is given in the annexure that is provided with this module. Also try NETeachL. Online courses, seminar and conference alerts online, magazines and journals are there as well. For differently able learners, assistive technology is available. Technological tools such as touch control devices, alternative keyboards and mouse, speech to text, word recognition tools, screen readers, text camera reader, read for blind apps, text to braille converter software, braille embosser are there to aid in reducing, if not eliminating, the disability and help the individual participate in learning and related tasks, reducing barriers and promoting accessibility with considerable ease and efficiency which otherwise might not have been possible. Using these tools, one can develop activities to support learning for differently abled. There is so much material available online. To evaluate a resource, one needs to apply the CRAP test. CRAP is an acronym that stands for currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. You can read about it in detail by visiting the link given in the module. Creative Commons licenses. We cannot take anything that is there on the ये दोबारा करते हैं. Creative Commons licenses. We cannot take, इसको दोबारा ही करते हैं, इसको मैं बोलती नहीं हूँ, V से स्टार्ट करती हूँ. There is so much material available online that we can make use of, but most of the material has a copyright. So we can use the Creative Commons material. What is Creative Commons? Creative Commons license give a standardized way to grant the public permission to use the creative work under copyright law. They tell you what you can do with the work or how can you use it. Visit the link given in the module to know more about these licenses. In this unit, we explored various technological tools that we can use to enhance classroom practice and make teaching learning a great experience for both the teacher and the student. By integrating these resources, teachers can make the ESL classroom more interactive and student-centered, and thus motivate learners to take more control over their own learning. One can improvise, develop, use these resources accordingly to address students' interests, needs, and goals. After going through this unit, I hope one will be able to locate, evaluate, and select online relevant resources to be used to support the teaching learning process, chart out a professional development plan for yourself and enroll in online courses, build communities of practice, adapt, utilize OERs and integrate them in the classroom activities, use student-centered techniques and materials, create a comfortable learning environment, encourage collaboration, and give your students more responsibility over their learning. With this, we end, and I wish you all will effectively try to add value to your teaching learning experience by integrating e-resources. For your facility, an exhaustive list of resources is annexed to this module. All the best. Thank you so much.